right. All right, all right, all right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening. I'm trying to stop my share and say hello. Hello, everybody. Cameras on. If you are joining our channel from Facebook or YouTube, we are a little delayed, but give us just a second as we get ourselves together. Everybody, wave. Hi, guys. Hello. April is Poetry Month. And so for this month, our students have worked on learning numerous different styles of writing poetry. They have also studied two poets from different time periods and different countries. And they're going to also share with you guys exactly what poetry means to them and how they feel that poetry has, or its influence on society. And so tonight our first presenter is Julian. Come on, come on, come on. Everybody welcome Mr. Julian. All right, Miss Robinson is gonna get what she needs up and ready. Julian.
I'm ready.
All right, camera on. And so here we go with Julian's presentation. Those of you who are in the Zoom room, please make sure that you are muted so that we can hear what Julian has put together. All right, Julian, take it away.
Okay, thank you, Miss Robinson. Poems by Julian Morales. Hi, my name is Julian Morales. Today I'll be talking about two poets, Christopher Okibu and Gabriela Mistral. These poets actually help people, which is one reason why I think poets are important to society. People can use poems for war to send cryptic messages, try to calm people down, and more. This is also why poetry means a lot to me. In this presentation, I also wrote 4 poems myself. So let's go to the first slide. Christopher Okibu. Christopher Okibu was born on August 16, 1932 in Anambra, Nigeria. He was most known for being a poet. He is known as one of the best modern poets of the 20th century. He is also known for being a part of fighting for the independence of Biafra. I like this poem. In this poem, he is talking about a homecoming. He is also talking about learning about himself. He's also talking about being a sole witness of his homecoming. Lucio Godoy Alayaga was born on April 7th, 1889. She was born in Chile. She is also known for her pseudonym, Gabriela Mistral. She is known for being a poet, diplomat, educator, and humanist. She is the first Latin American author to receive the Nobel Prize in Literature. She advocated for the rights of women, children, the poor, and many other disadvantaged groups in her community. The Shining Host is your poem that I'm talking about here.
Read the poem.
Um,
Julian, you cut off.
okay. to smother my song. A million children try to break my verse of affliction. The children sing it. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you guys hear me? Oh, that's bad.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'll read it again. In vain you tried to smother my song, a million children in chorus sing it beneath the sun. In vain you tried to break my verse of affliction, the children sing it under God. I think this poem is talking about people not liking Gabriella Mistral because she was fighting about women's rights. She was fighting for women's rights. Men back in the early 18,000 did not like women fighting for their rights, like voting and more. Did you guys hear me?
Very
Okay.
staticky.
Acrostic. One word. Fun. Funny, real, interesting, enjoyable.
We're losing you. Your connectivity is really, really bad.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna share it. I'll say it so that because you're breaking up. So winter wonderland, ice is slippery, nothing is hot, the weather is cold, everything you touch is cold, really cold. Mm-mm.
Is it just me or is he good for everyone?
No, it's not. It's something. It's he's they're traveling, so his reception is really bad. But because we're streaming, I will present on his behalf with the haiku ladybugs. Ladybugs are red. They also have small black spots, experts at flying. A shape, tree. A tall oak tree, winds howl, leaves shake, acorns fall down to the ground. Limerick, young girl. There was a young girl on a tower who looked just as fresh as a flower. Her hair was like silk, her skin smooth as milk, but her breath made the strongest night cower. Thank you. All right, everybody give a round of applause to Julian for his presentation. Although it was hard to hear him, we were still able to see his work. So good job, Julian. All right, let me stop the share. Our next presenter is Zoe. Oh, yes, Julian, you have all the high fives and claps going on. Zoe, go ahead and share your screen.
Poems by Zoe Gaston. This month we focused on poetry. I chose to focus on Agnieszka Olska and Princess Yui. They are two poets. I also made poems I will read for you today. What does poetry mean to me? When I think of poetry, I think of expressing your feelings and expressing your thoughts or ideas. What impact does poetry have on society? Poetry is a form of creativity. Poetry helps express our emotions. Poetry helps people communicate. My poet. Anishka Oska was born on 9th of August 1936 in Warsaw, Poland. Princess Iwi was born in Japan and she was born in the 3rd century. One poem by Anishka Oska. Some write poems with their head, others heart put in their lines. Some begin in a new trend, others verse trail in the line declines. Yet the third group sees world dower, and I write poems with a flower. In my opinion, this poem is talking about how some people write because they have to, and some people write because they love to. One poem by Princess Iwi. Since you, my lord, were gone, many long days have passed. Should I now come to meet you and seek you beyond the mountain, or until I await you ever. Rather would I lay me down on a steep hillside, and with a rock for pillow die, then live thus, my lord, with longing so deep for you. Yes, I will live on and wait for you, even till falls on my long black waving hair the hoar frost of age. How shall my yearning ever cease? Fade somewhere away, as does the mist of morning shimmering across the autumn field over the raining plain. In my opinion, this poem is about Princess Iwi and how she is in love. It also talks about how she will wait for her love until she's old and how she'll never stop loving him. Favorite style of poetry. My favorite style of poetry is a haiku. The reason why haikus are my favorite style of poetry is because all you have to worry about is the syllable count and not about how many words there are. Haikus are short and very simple. My poems. Pizza haiku. This pizza is hot. This pizza is so cheesy. The perfect pizza. Birds triplet. Flying in the sky, a bird is dancing on a calm fall day. art quatrain. My favorite thing to do is art. When I do art, I'm very original. When I do art, I love drawing a big red heart. I also love to make art that is digital. Rainbow, Ashtray, rainbows, amazing, incredible, nice, beautiful, outstanding, wonderful. Rainbow Quatrain Part 2. Rain comes first. After the rain is the sun. It reflects on the rain. After rainbows appear, then rainbows disappear. Only rainbows appear if they go through the rainbow process. While rainbows are interesting, thank you for viewing.
Yes, yes. Awesome job. Awesome job. Everybody give those claps, 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 claps. Or since we in poetry world, snap, 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 snap. Excellent, my dear. Thank you so much. All right. Next to the stage, we have Samuel. Samuel, please, please, please share your poem and your presentation with us.
Poetry by Samuel Martin. Introduction. Today I'm going to talk about poems and what poems mean to me. I'm also going to share two poets that I studied and my thoughts about their poems. I'm also going to include poems written by myself. What does poetry mean to me, and does poetry have an impact on society? What does poetry mean to me? To me, poetry means expressing your feelings in words and thoughts. Does poetry have an impact on society? Poetry has an impact on society because people explain themselves and help people understand what and how they're feeling. In the poems, they're also writing their ideas and thoughts. Still I Rise, written by Maya Angelou. Still I rise. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still like air I'll rise. My thoughts about Still I Rise, written by Maya Angelou. I think Still I Rise is a good poem because it talks about how she'll let nothing bring her down and that she'll overcome anything in her way. A poem written by Athos Stimulus. Thesis by Athos Stimulus, 1921. For the labyrinths, you need a skein of thread and someone to keep it at the entrance, where you could even tie it, thus avoiding love affairs, which creates mistakes. For the Minotaurs, you needed your power, and that would be enough. It would be enough just to change the sails for the Aegeus to survive. My thoughts about Athos Stimulus's poem. I think the poem is about the Aegeus needing power to fight off the monster Minotaur and to hurt it so they can never have it again, and so they can never fight it again, and that they can change the way they live. I also think the poem is about the Aegeus wanting the Minotaur to go away. My favorite style of poetry. My favorite style of poetry is an acrostic poem because it is pretty easy and also we get no syllable counts. Plus we don't have to rhyme. I get to write any word or phrase I want for the topic I'm doing, and there's nothing very specific about it. It's also simple. Love acrostic poem written by Samuel Martin. Laughter, optimism, value, eternity. Love is beautiful on Valentine's Day. Everyone will be loved. Traditional traditional haiku written by Samuel Martin. In the wild jungle, a tiger looks for his prey to never starve again. T-Rex Cinquain poem. T-Rex, savage, fearless, running fast everywhere, energetic and also hyper, and dangerous. Samuel acrostic poem. Smart, athletic, major, unique, energetic, leader. Samuel acrostic poem written by Samuel Martin, Part 2. Super smart, always ready to learn. Majorly important, unique, and there will be no one else like me. Energetic when it comes to learning and running. Leader because I'm independent.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Claps for Samuel. Claps for Samuel. Awesome job. Awesome job. Yes. Yes. Excellent. All right. Our next presenter coming up is Hugh Packer. Hey, Hugh. How are you today?
Good.
Good. Go ahead and share your screen. As Hugh is getting himself ready, everyone, please make sure your mics are muted.
Poetry by Hugh Eddie Packer Jr. Introduction. April is Poetry Month. This PBL is about two poets I chose to focus on and write about. The two poets I chose were Jose Marti and Marabai. I'm going to share how I feel about their poems and what is interesting about them. I will also share my own poems. What I think about poetry. I think poetry is a way to express yourself in a unique way. When you write a poem, you also have some feelings about something, and you can express yourself in a poem. You can write poetry in many different ways. You can do a haiku, a cinquain, a triplet, and much more. People can put poetry in different ways, and that's what is special about poetry. I think poetry does have an effect on society. Poetry Poetry is a way to give entertainment and get new information about a topic. Poetry also has an effect on your emotions because some poems can make you happy, sad, or even inspire you to have more confidence or to learn something new. My favorite styles of poetry. My four favorite styles of poetry is a traditional haiku, a quatrain, shape poem, and a word count cinquain. I like a quatrain because you can rhyme in any different way you want to. I like a word count cinquain because you don't need to worry about having a certain amount of syllables. I like a traditional haiku because you don't need to rhyme and rhyming can be really hard sometimes. I like a shape poem because you get to pick any noun and you just have to describe that noun and your put your words in the shape of it. When Jose Marti was born and from. Jose Marti was born in January 28th, 1853 and is from Havana, Cuba. If a Pleasant Keepsake, verse 4, poem by Jose Marti. If a pleasant keepsake on leaving this world may bear, Father profound, I would take a lock of your silver hair, if allowed it for mercy's sake, one more favor to implore, the painter's portrait I'd take, of the sister I adore? Could I too a treasure claim from this life and that foretold? The hidden treasures I bring, it I keep in a chest of gold. How I feel about the poem. My thoughts about the poem is that Jose Marti's family really means a lot to him. This poem shows how he is caring and loving towards his family. I am able to relate to this poem because my family is important to me and I love them very much. Where Mirabai was from and born. Mirabai was from and born in Kirki, India in 1498. I have found poem by Mirabai. I have found, yes, I have found the wealth of divine names gem. My true Guru gave me a priceless sting. With his grace I accepted it. I found the capital of my several births. I have lost the whole rest of the world. No one can spend it, no one can steal it. Day by day it increases 1¼ times. On the boat of truth, the boatman was my true Guru. I came across the ocean of existence. Mura's lord is the mountain holder. The suave lover of Wam I merrily, merrily sing. My thoughts about the poem. I think the poem is great. I think Mirabai did a great job saying that everybody is unique with their own tones and skin color. It also says no one can spend it, no one can steal it. That means you are unique with your own talents and no one can steal it. And to me that is very inspiring. My poems. My shape poem. Topic steak. About to be put on the grill. The most amazing food ever. That's right, it's steak. Steak is amazing meat for people to have. It is very delicious and tasty. My traditional haiku. Topic pizza. The food of your dreams are waiting in restaurants. That's right, it's pizza. My quatrain. Topic the park. Running around in a beautiful day, making every second count, in the park every way, with your kind and awesome friends. My word counts in coin. Topic dolphin. Dolphin, sea mammal, hunts in packs, resting in the night, unique. And thank you for viewing.
Hey, good job, good job, good job. Clap and snaps. I was trying to tell you to turn your camera on
My camera was on.
as you was presenting. I don't know, you're on now, but we couldn't see you before, but it's all right. We got it. Thank you so much.
Well, my camera was on before I started presenting.
Oh, I'm not sure. Let's see. All right. And now we will have our own literacy leader, Miss A, share her presentation. She was so inspired by what the students were doing that she decided to join in on the fun and create her own. Let's welcome Miss A to the stage. Woo! All right, Miss A, please go ahead and start sharing your screen, everyone. Let's mute.
Great. So my project introduction. April was Poetry Month. It was utilized learning about several types of poetry, writing in those poetry styles, and reflecting on what we think about poetry. I have chosen to focus on two poets, Langston Hughes and Nikki Giovanni. I have also written some of my own poetic pieces. It has been an amazing creative journey, and I hope it inspires you to try your hand at poetry. What does poetry mean to me? Poetry to me means freedom of expression. It means being hit by such inspiration that you will literally stop what you're doing to jot something down. Poetry means reaching an audience that might be skeptical, but surprised when your words touches their hearts. Poetry is a way to unite people, which transcends age, race, gender, and other societal norms that divide humanity. Poetry and its impact on society. Poetry definitely has an impact on society. I believe that any piece of work that guides people to share themselves or any thoughts about the world would impact society. Poetry is something that I consider to be private, and any opinion that is formed by it will cause society to react. The reaction depends on the audience, but it will create conversation that will help to shape our world and perhaps influence those around us. My favorite poetry styles. My favorite poetry style of the ones learned this month would be the haiku. It was a style that has been lauded over the ages and has spoken to people despite its simplicity. I feel that the 575 syllable count can both inspire and frustrate a person. It challenged me to a degree that I didn't expect, and to me, it was exciting. Dreams by Langston Hughes. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken wing that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field frozen with snow. Langston Hughes was born February 1st, 1902 in Joplin, Missouri. One poem that he wrote that stood out was called Dreams. Everyone in the world has a dream. It could be hidden or it could be one that they are aware of. I appreciate the fact that he wants people to hold on to their dreams. If you really want something in life, you should hold on to it. When I was younger, I had so many ideas of what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a chef, a singer, actress, writer, etc. I couldn't choose. Now I understand that I don't have to stick to one thing. I have developed a love of baking. I have revived my love of writing. Your dream is never out of reach. I know that this impacted society because people had to make ends meet to support their families. In order for some to do that, their dream was never realized. Hughes helped to inspire those who gave up and show that it's never too late. This one is a poem called You Came To by Nikki Giovanni. I came to the crowd seeking friends. I came to the crowd seeking love. I came to the crowd for understanding. I found you. I came to the crowd to weep. I came to the crowd to laugh. You dried my tears. You shared my happiness. I went from the crowd seeking you. I went from the crowd seeking me. I went from the crowd forever. You came to. Nikki Giovanni was born in Knoxville, Tennessee on June 7th, 1943. One poem that she wrote was called You Came To. The poem was about the search for acceptance and ending loneliness. The person later finds friendship and a person with whom they formed a bond. I find this poem to be relatable in the fact that the person seems to want many friends, but they found one. People will come and go in your life, but it's all worth it in the end if you have one true friend. This poem was a reflection of society and how people seek approval and companionship. I believe it helped people to understand that meaning of friendship and help them cherish those close to them more. Now, my poetry. This one I call Making Waves. It's a where, what, when haiku. On a moonlit beach, the loud waves are crashing down on a cloudless day. Next is my Ruby one-word acrostic poem. Recklessness, wisdom, betrayal, yearning. This is the Ruby phrase acrostic poem. Ruby is ready to fight in what she believes in. Weiss now understands who she is. Blake finds peace in her origins. Yang no longer hides behind jokes. This is my word count St. Plain. It's entitled For Everyone. Cartoons, amusing, universal, brings people happiness, compels people to laugh, relatable. And finally, this is my free verse poem called Life's Mosaic. Hues of white, yellows, black on the canvas, the imagery of color swirls, tantalizing, hypnotizing the mind, and snaring the senses, bringing forth a moment of peace. Sights that cannot be bought and sold, the splatters of life, screams of pain, blue, the bruises of a battered soul, and sickly white of taint and infection. The deepened sounds of my words bring forth a festivity of colors open to the eye, but do you see the pain and suffering, the fear and hostility, the injustice and indifference our world brings? Listen to the shattered beats of our hearts, emphasizing hopes and dreams later destroyed like glass. Let your mind be engulfed by a crescendo of sounds, memories that take over the mind and spirit. Images playing on the whitened landscapes, a rainbow, a simile, a metaphor, a hyperbole, an exaggeration of life, a figure of speech. The years passed with no purpose, no voice, no nothing, but a void later filled with deep thoughts. Thank you for viewing.
Woo! Clap, clap, clap. Give it up for Miss A. Yes. Come through, Miss A. Come through. I'm seeing the clap signs come through. He was over there doing big claps. All right, all right. Well, our friends on YouTube and Facebook, we want to thank you so much for joining us and sharing your moment with us. Please hit the subscribe button. Next month, will be our last set of presentations, and our last presentation is going to be on neighborhoods, and the students will have to redesign their neighborhood and look at it from past, present, and future, and do some historical walks and stuff. So it's going to be very, very interesting. And they get to use a cool gadget tool to help them design what their new neighborhood would look like and things that they would want to add. So I'm very, really excited about next month's project as much as it is our last month's project. But we are still going to be right here. And we also will have this year's summer program going as well. I don't think I've said that yet on any platform, but you're hearing it first. We will have summer camp 2021. Our first day of camp will be July 7th. And we will have options for in-person or virtual. And so we are super excited about that. Our theme this year is Camp Wakanda. And so it's going to be so much fun as we blaze through with learning and engaging in science and the technology and the different experiments, as well as my favorite class, which is Money Madness, where students learn financial literacy and build their own business. And yes, for my friends who have been here before, you cannot do your same business again. It must be a new business from scratch. So anyway, those are stories for other days. We thank everyone. Please subscribe to our channel. Please subscribe to our channel. We also will be live tomorrow with story time. So we thank everyone for joining us, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye. See you tomorrow.
Yes.